So that was a movie we just watched.
Yeah.
The Color Out of Space. A H.P. Lovecraft story that got
What?
adapted into this movie. Um, oh my God! We have Jeremiah, a Jess, a Lee, and myself, Le Jesus. Um, yeah, we just saw the initial thoughts. I mean, that was a
What?
good.
Very trippy.
That was a
Yeah.
yeah. That movie was good.
Praying mantis.
That was so good.
A purple praying mantis.
My
The
initial
movie.
thought
Uh huh.
is what the fuck?
Yeah, pretty much. The movie started out like, hey, okay, and kind of kept rising and rising and rising and rising and rising and rising, and it got to a point as soon as the strings were heard, like the strings kept getting higher and higher and higher, and the color kept getting more and more. Holy crap! It went from like 10 to 50, and it just kept going, and then it just
Yeah.
resolved at the end. Oh my god!
What a ride.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
Resolve.
absolutely insane.
resolved.
So-
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know if you knew this, but it was directed by Richard Stanley.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do those factoids right now.
Factoids.
Give me them facts, Jess.
Okay. So some of them facts include that it was released January 24th, 2020. It's I didn't realize this, but there's like a couple of producers on it, but Elijah Wood is one of them.
Elijah was one of the producers. Oh, cool. I don't know he was
Yeah.
producing. Nice.
I was just like, holy crap. It's an hour and 51 minutes. It's very horror sci-fi.
I mean, that's obvious. Yeah.
Very horror sci-fi. We have, I guess I'm just gonna go into actors because that's, fun.
Sure. I mean, you. But
We gotta do plot and stuff.
I will
too.
say that I don't think this movie did well. Before we get to this, the budget
Box
for the
office?
movie, yeah, the box office, the budget was between 6 and 12 mil, and apparently make one.
It won, yeah.
Yeah, 10 million was Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, 10 million for Netflix. So it did not make its money back.
What the fuck are you talking about?
my
But it looks. I don't know why it was released on my birthday, April 2020. Yeah, I have no idea why. It was a fantastic movie. I don't know.
I'm guessing just people who's like, oh, Nicolas Cage again.
I don't
guess.
know, but he's so good.
I mean, well, here's my thing about Nicolas Cage. I think he is an amazing actor who puts out all his emotion and does things like rage very well.
You fucking cocksucker! You cocksucker! You cocksucker! Ah, 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 ah.
He does a lot of things very specifically and very well, and you need a director who knows how to like put him in the right location.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, but all right. So as I kick my desk over,
Yeah.
who are those actors? Who's all the beautiful peeps in this film?
So it's mainly about this family, the Gardners. So we have Nick Cage as Nathan Gardner. We have Madeline Arthur as Lavinia Gardner. And yes, that's her name. We have Jolie Richardson as Teresa Gardner, the mother. Julian Hillard is Jack Gardner, the little boy.
Mm-hmm.
Brendan Meyer is Benny Gardner, the teenage son, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know how old
He's
he
the
is.
oldest son.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking
he's the oldest son. We have Elliot Knight as Ward Phillips. He's the hydrologist.
Yes.
I was gonna say H2O'ologist, but
He's
that's
the
not right.
H2ologist.
Yeah. And then special appearance by Tommy Chong as Ezra.
Hell yeah, he did a
So-
fantastic job.
Yeah.
What's in here is out there, and what's out there is in here now. Comprendo?
Just
And the
he
alpacas.
controls everything.
All the alpacas. So there's a lot of babies in this film. The alpacas, the kitty, the puppies. Yeah, it's a good movie. Plot for this film. The gardeners, the family, essentially live in in rural area Arkham, out in the middle of nowhere. Beautiful house. Want to establish really early on that I think everybody here thinks that Lavinia is kind of a cunt because she complains about her amazing life that she has. Oh my god, the house is beautiful, the area is beautiful, alpacas are amazing, so whatever. So they have a farm. Their mother has cancer. They're doing their best as a family unit to get through with that, and then all of a sudden H.P. Lovecraft throws a meteor at the world. The meteor is on LSD and everybody is tripping balls. The color goes into the ground, gets on everything, plants,
Into
animals.
their well.
Yes, the water system. I think it's the water system mainly. And
it's
all
their
life
well.
needs
Yeah,
water
they
because
started with
life
well.
will find a way. So the water gets everybody infected and everyone becomes this mosh posh or whatever the fuck the light is. And like, because
Including all the animals.
yeah, animals are fusing
Everybody
together,
goes
people
off
are
the
fusing
well
together.
system.
Yeah, so it's
To
a
become a giant praying mantis.
yeah, sure. The goal is to become a giant praying mantis. If I recall, I think there was also a little bit of the Mountain of Madness, just because
From the mouth madness.
yeah. Like when the dude saw through Elvira, Olivia, what's her name?
Lavinia.
Lavinia. All their names are dumb and I can't pronounce them. That's just I can't pronounce names in general. As like he looked at her eyes, he saw the mountain. So maybe that's what it is. Everybody was going insane. The HP staple, the Cthulian thing here. So everybody was going insane by some of this, and there was some tendrils. The mantis had tendrils. This is it's a supernatural horror film. They played amazingly with lights. It wasn't a trope that everything wasn't.
Layering.
Oh, this was edited fantastic. From color design to lights to the set. I mean, like it was filmed in one location mainly, like the farm and the house.
Yeah.
A little bit here and there with just the natural woods behind, but like I can see why it cost so much. Like the special effects just were amazing. The night photography was amazing. Their DP did a fantastic job. Like holy crap, this movie should get praised for all the hard work that they just color correcting and everything. It's great.
But most people see a movie just for the movie and not really about how amazing the effects are.
I mean, yeah, sure, yeah. They'll see Nicolas Cage get mad and punch a car for 15 minutes, and that's pretty much the movie.
I mean, he did go so crazy and unhinged, and I love that performance. It's
I like his performance about his switching to this gentle child, and then he gets that gentle dad, and then just raging teenager.
Yes.
And then he was just
and then his angry dad that he didn't want to become. There was that different switch there, especially at the kitchen scene when he's yelling at his wife and his wife's yelling at him to fix the router.
The dish,
And there was this like, okay, dear. Oh, it was good.
Okay, dude, that's good. That's a good idea.
Gotta do something about that dish. I am literally hemorrhaging clients.
Should be working, sweetie. You know, I did everything I was supposed to do. I followed every fucking rule in the book.
That dish, okay?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea, sweetie.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, the everyone was affected differently. Chong's pretty much explained what the movie is like. Oh, everything's gonna be inside out. Everyone's gonna become like they're gonna become us. We're gonna become them. You know, we're fusing into one thing. It's already underground. The kid was listening to the entity from the well.
Yeah, Ezra knew
From the
that.
get-go.
Yeah. It's man. It's
If you're a fan of body horror, yay!
I mean,
You're not.
there was some body horror. There's not gonna lie about that. But it's not. I mean,
It's not constant, but it is
yes.
Genre.
So
very.
I mean, yeah. There will be some Full Metal Alchemist grotesque transmutation in this film.
Yes.
Which I'm all here for. It's it was pretty good, and I mean, the whole movie is just Lavinia is trying to get the family out because they know that she knows that there's no like this land is cursed, right, or hopeless. So she doesn't know why. The hydrologist knows because the contamination in the water from the meteor. Like even the city is like having signs of like all these creatures fusing together and people getting sick and stuff. And the dad is just trying to pull it all together and just trying to just make do, just survive essentially. And they go through hardships of slowly individual first the llamas, like his livelihood or whatever the fuck he put investment into, then like his wife and child, and then that switch of the I just loved it where he couldn't kill her. And then when like full madness took effect and onto Nicolas Cage's character, and like he was like, oh, this is my family here in the living room, and like there's nobody there. He said that, oh yeah, my son's in the well now. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Excuse me.
He lives in the well. Yeah,
Oh.
I think that's when, and we're talking kind of into the movie and stuff, but I think that's also when time and space kind of started bleeding together, so it was kind of overlapping because we then see, after all of this craziness starts happening at the very end, we see what's his name, Ward, go back into
Oh, I know. He's in the house, and it's like they're rewound.
Yeah, it's time and space was being distorted for the. I assume.
We think that that's what's going on. At least I think so. Because then you see everybody together in the living room. So.
Yeah, it's they're part of the color. I think that's what it was. Like they became one with the color as the color is consuming the planet at the moment. I think that was evident when like at the end when they had the compass and like the compass was like fucking haywire. And excuse me, slightly going back a little bit into what I was saying, where like the dad is doing all he can to just like make it through, and I'm like, oh yeah, the kid's in the well. Like when he goes in, like finally has the courage to shoot his wife and son. He's like, well, that's not my family. So like I can deal with that.
It was like a moment of lucid thought or something.
Yeah, like I think it was madness and him like merging to like just the right amount of energy to pull off that event and then just go back.
Right.
Crazy.
I will say that them together as a family at the very beginning of the movie, I really liked watching their dynamics.
Yeah.
It felt very believable.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's a
There's a lot of
dad.
good acting.
Yeah. I mean, everybody in this film had some solid acting. Like they all did their best. I think Nicolas Cage blew everybody out of the water in this film, but they all did a good job. Teenager was being teenager, child was being child, mom who's trying to hold it all together is holding it all together.
Well, she's sick. Yeah. I mean, I think they all were definitely becoming mad or they're losing their mental facilities towards the end. So
Yeah.
I'm sure that's a perfect opportunity to have cheesy acting come in, and it was just so believable. I mean, I didn't feel like I was out of this story for a moment. I
Yeah.
felt like I was right there with them, just like progressing to the next horrific level, and it was like, where is this gonna stop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
And that does show more chops and props to the actors because it's hard to do cheesy things and make it believable. In the film, in the story, made you say this is acceptable. This is what should happen here, and I understand it. I am in this crazy world, and I'm accepting it. So I think the movie, as I tend to like, say, what was the purpose of the film? What did they achieve? What they wanted to achieve? Box office wise, I don't think so. I think that the movie had a stretch a short story into a hour and 100+ minute film. So it did its job, and it wasn't boring at all. It was pretty entertaining. I thought the intro with the Wiccan, sorry, it's not Wiccan, but with the slight, yeah,
What did they say?
Alexandrian, which I have no idea, I've never heard of Alexandrian as a form of witchcraft
It's
or
the
paganism.
ritual, yeah.
Yeah, and so that, like Jeremiah said, like, is this a medieval movie? What are we doing? Is this Ren Fair? What's happening here? Which, like, I'll be for, but it's, yeah, it's an interesting thing. It had no like hidden message or anything. It was just, let's take this fun story people like about a probably racist writer, and let's make a cool film about it. And I think it achieved exactly what it wanted to. Like, it was an amazing, fun project. I don't think anybody in that film looked like they weren't having fun. It was believable. They were all acting their bootooks off. I mean, that was a cool movie. It was definitely cool. From the animation to like the little mantis to it looked like a turtle shell breaking as a mantis came out. Like the color effects.
Like I guess the egg of the mantis.
Oh, maybe okay, maybe that's what it was.
Like a hatching.
Yeah. It like
Also, also with Jesus saying it was a good point about they kind of did like a little reversal on the take of horror. Is because mostly horror is like grayscaled and black, dark, very ominous. But that one was just very, very bright, very colorful.
Yeah.
And loud music.
Oh yeah, loud. Yeah, the film was not afraid to play with colors. Like you're not running away from the darkness, you're running away from the light this time. It's a cool take. There was a lot of horror scenes that were grotesque moments that were in the daylight, like perfect sun, yeah, I mean, like, from the lady chopping off her fingers to the alpacas being shot when they were infused into one grotesque monster to the spider mom child. Can we talk about spider mom child? That was...
I don't know
I think if we go back and look, she looked like a mantis. If you look at her, she had a long body. She stood up. She came down.
That's true.
Yeah.
Actually.
And she looked like she was going to chop her head.
The way they were walking, they were going like that.
Yeah, they
And then
looked
they were
massive.
moving.
No,
it was amazing. Like, mwah, oh, I love that shit. It was beautiful.
The best line, go feed your mother.
Oh yeah, the go feed your mother. Yes. We just need to communicate and work with ourselves.
Oh my god. It was
One thing that families do, they stay together. Now feed your mother.
The lines. Oh, so many great Nicolas Cage moments. Get the fuck out of my face. You know what? I'll get the fuck out of yours.
Do me a favor and get the fuck out of my sight, okay? No, actually, I'll save you the trouble and get the fuck out of yours.
Just like, oh god. It's just like it was great.
Now when that scene with the mom child happened, when that showed up and then started walking, all I really could say was just wow, because I was I was
Yeah.
both afraid and enticed by what just happened.
I was more just like, no.
No, no. Yeah, no. That was really good. That was really really good. Oh man, that mhm.
I was just gonna say, I think people really there's a huge cult following for anything Lovecraftian.
Yeah.
Period. It's just the fantastical. He's constantly describing things in ways that just are kind of mind-boggling to think of these weird fusions like octopus and humanoid and just things that have existed beyond deep time that we don't can't possibly understand, that kind of thing. And I think this was a really nice um I don't know if love letter is the word, but it was a really nice
Yeah,
uh,
homage.
homage to how just mind-boggling and crazy this stuff kind of is, and why
Yeah.
people love it so much, because it's so different than the normal world, and it's kind of fun to think about that stuff.
Yeah,
Mhm.
those what if situations. They're what if a meteor crashed on Earth and the meteor was sentient and took over? Well, maybe not sentient, but at least it was some sort of like disease and plague.
I mean, it kind of seemed sentient at the end with its like tentacles and stuff coming, or maybe yeah, the
I mean,
tendrils coming out and of the well and everything, and like enveloping people and like
well, sentient would have to mean that it's aware of its own existence. I think it's just it's like I'm a maggot or an insect. It just I'm born. I know exactly what to do and I know what to eat. It's just nature and biology. I would say, but I could be
I
wrong.
I think, well, the other thing about it is that I was picking up on was at the very end, Lavinia, when her eyes were glowing and everything, and you kind of sort of saw something about that mountain
Yeah.
or that homeworld or something. It was like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
so this is where that originated from or
I
came from.
yeah.
Maybe it was trying to get to into other planets or something.
Find
I
a
don't know.
new home.
Yeah.
I
Like
mean,
lost at home.
Maybe they have depleted their own home of their own minerals. They
Maybe
need to find
Lavinia
a
went to that home. She did keep doing this ritual for her to get out of there. Maybe she actually was transported there because it looked
maybe.
like a wormhole kind of happened
Yeah.
from the well to outer space at the very end. So maybe, I don't know.
It's worth the watch, and I feel like it would have done better in the box office if it wasn't such a tumultuous time.
Yeah, I think this is
A victim of the quarantine kind of shutdown thing,
yeah.
which for safety, the best possible outcome, but still, I'm sure they will underrate this one because of it.
It has a pretty good score, Rotten Tomatoes. I think it has like a high 80s. So I think people enjoy it, but it's definitely a niche film. Like it's obviously for those the people that are already liking Lovecraftian style horror. It doesn't have like a deep message or anything. It doesn't hit those check marks that most horror movies have to hit. Like where is the boob scenes? Where is the like? There's a slight love interest, but that's such a that's a crush. That's not even. That guy
Yeah.
gives no fucks about like maybe he likes her,
Yeah.
but that's like he doesn't give a shit. He's like I'm doing my
I
job.
mean,
I'm here to science and water. Excuse to fuck me.
Right? I'm not
Um,
looking at your legs.
yeah,
I mean,
I'm looking at your
I mean,
boots.
parents do try to get it on, but I mean, they get interrupted by.
I mean,
It happens
who
all the
does
time.
not want to watch Nicolas Cage the bod? Like, let's be for real though.
Okay, his dad bod was rocking.
Dad bod. Like, if you watch this film for just to see Nicolas Cage without a shirt, rocking that bod, doing
You see it.
them naughty things, this is me for you. But yeah, Lee, you gave a rating last time. Jeremiah, what would you, if you could, what would you rate this movie?
I'll rate this movie Lilac Tendrils out of colors.
Oh,
I think that's a
I
very
like.
interesting thing. That's very interesting.
that's a very good rating.
Very good. Very good. Yep. I would agree. Wait, I do have a question before we end this, which I think the movie answered it already. But so the colors were the villain. The colors were the monster. They were the thing to overcome. Man versus the nature, the monster. When it all exploded, everything was a ash of gray, and it was just the soot, and it looked black and white, right? Then it proceeds in the film. Hey, look, we survived. The world is continuing. Do you think the world is going to end? Do you think that the monster is dead because it exploded, or do you think that was just something that happened with all the accumulation of like the meteor residue or radiation or whatever? What are your thoughts on that?
So, I have a couple different thoughts.
Let's hear
My
every
first-
single one in detail for the next couple of minutes until we run our end time.
Cool. So my first thought was because it looked like at the very end there was a wormhole between
Yeah, it was
the
going. Yeah,
space. I'm just gonna say space because we don't know where it was.
The space,
originating from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
And,
colors on
and the well, which is where it basically was existing. I think that it went back to its home world. I think that it's sitting there with Lavinia,
okay.
or the consciousness of Lavinia, maybe, I don't know,
The escape of her.
and plotting something else, because I do think it might be sentient.
Okay, all right.
That's one of my thoughts, but yeah.
Because that was basically there was a wormhole. So I was like, okay, I think we've done enough here, so they're gonna suck all the purple out, and that's why it's all gray.
No more purple in the world. That's just
I
no
mean,
more
and
this or this.
It did leave behind, as you saw at the very end.
Yeah, it left behind a little critter.
A
So,
little
I think
praying mantis.
I think I mean, it could be like a Phyrexian style like a monster that just like it invaded, it spread out as disease, and it goes to different planets. I think it's just that was like accumulation. I don't know. I have no idea. I to be honest, what to make of the spiral vortex. Like, did it go back to space? Was it maybe space reaching down and like finalizing everything? Because the lightning bolts that were hitting the meteor were also like, you know, the meteor that shoot them out. They came in. Lavinia did say that the meteorite was attracting the lightning, so that could also be a thing. Or it could be that her Necronomicon did it.
Oh wow! I thought it was
No.
saving her.
I don't
No,
know.
it wasn't. No.
But I will point out, since you said that, that they said at the very beginning of the movie, when they were inspecting the meteor, that it sounded metallic inside. So maybe the lightning was actually drawing it to. Yeah.
Well,
Maybe
most
something like
meteors
that.
have a really high metallic content.
And the lightning was purple.
It was.
Yes, it
It
was.
wasn't the normal like either blue or white light.
Yeah.
And the lightning is the one that basically caused it to go further down or disappear
Well,
into the water system.
It's like it charged it.
Ah. Well, I mean, yeah.
My take on that to answer your question, Jesus, is that it's the beginning. It left that scar on the world,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to infiltrate, maybe slower than the initial occurrence, but it's going to happen. So beware of purple.
You wear purple. My favorite color.
If your water is purple, don't drink it.
Yeah, I mean that's
Drink it.
probably it's a good fucking
don't
thing.
drink
to drink
purple ice cubes.
Don't drink purple ice cubes. That's also a good one.
Unless you actually made them like that, then sure. But if it's just naturally came out like that, we're like, oh no.
Don't drink it.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I think especially because at the end, the guy was like, he was narrating at the beginning, narrated at the end, so like he's telling this story to others. So yeah, I think that's it left an imprint, whatever that imprint might be, onto the world, and we're fucking doomed. I think this film was a great homage to like HP Lovecraftian horror. You have the Necronomicon, you have some Cthulhian type things in here, the Mountain of Madness, you had classic Arkham, like how this is just a love letter to that. And I highly, if you're into anything Cthulhian, anything Lovecraftian, this is definitely a movie for you. It's a little cheesy just at the right moments. It has great acting. The special effects are amazing. The visualization is superb. It's a great film. It's just a good movie to watch. There's no hidden meaning or alternate motive. There's no happy ending. It's just horror came. We just survived it. That is the story. There's nothing above. There's nothing before. That's just the story, and I think it's great. It was pretty. It was a pretty. Chef kiss butthole and explode.
Wow.
It's a little butthole. All right, guys. Final thoughts. Final anythings.
Watch this movie. Worry about your alpaca.
Worry about those alpacas, bros. You gotta worry about the alpacas.
No human trans-
Pupper dogs.
No, don't perform human transmutation. Put those alpacas back before 10. Do not
10.
drink rust-colored water from the tits from the Earth's tit. And maybe, don't touch meteors. Do not touch the meteor.
Yeah, don't touch it.
Yeah, don't do it. Wear your goddamn mask. All right, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, that's what he was doing. He was covering. He's like, "Where's the mask? You got." The movie was woke. It believes in science. That's all I'll say about that. So we have other YouTube channels. We have Divine Play and Divine and Conquer. Bros information for a lot of the stuff that we do for Patreons and special products they do. Merch info, some D&D t-shirts, some masks, some posters that you can get. Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. Help local
Tell us
artists.
what other movies you want us to watch.
Yeah, let us know what movies you want us to watch so I can not ignore that and watch the movies that I want to watch instead. Sounds like a fucking douche. Forget how much of an asshole I am. But yeah, thank you guys so much for sticking with us. We really appreciate it. We love y'all. Remember to be kind to one another. Remember to love each other. Remember to be good to one another. It's empathy and love is what's missing in this world. It's not missing. It's just hate's loud. That's all. All right. Adios, everyone. Take care, everyone on there. Bye.
Mike, you.
Mike, cute.